Good afternoon, everybody. How is all my wonderful subscribers and viewers out there doing today? I hope everybody is having a wonderful day. It's Nikki D, and welcome back to the Nikki D channel. Today, we're going to be doing the 2025 WWE Raw Recap episode 27, which was live from Birmingham, Alabama, as we was reminded many times throughout the evening. What was your favorite moment of Monday Night Raw? You want to say hi? You want to talk about wrestling? Just post a comment down in the comment section below, and I read and reply to every positive message I see. And don't forget to like the video, share the video all over social media, and smash that subscribe button so you can be notified of all my future videos. Also, today's video is sponsored by W Energy Drinks. Are you looking for a new energy drink that leaves you jitterless and able to focus in on any task at hand? Then go check out W Energy Drinks today at www.w.gg, or go search W Energy Drinks in your Google search bar below. They have a plethora of different flavors to choose from, such as Pineapple Splash, Tiger's Blood, Push and Punch, and so many more. And if you want to try all the flavors, they've got a 3-flavor and a 6-flavor sampler pack. And if you want to buy in bulk, they've got 4 tubs and 5 tubs of energy drink. Remember, each tub makes about 90 energy drinks, so keep that in mind if you buy it in the tub form. They also got bottles and shakers, 24-ounce bottles and shakers, in a number of different designs, including the Black Wolverine and the Joker. They've also got shirts and hoodies if you're looking to get your hands on some W merch. And if you don't like making the drink, they got you covered there too. They've got a 12-pack of 12-ounce cans in mango orange cream and strawberry banana. So go check out W Energy Drinks today. And when you do get to checkout, make sure you use promo code Nikki D Russis, 12 characters, all caps, no spaces, NICKYDRUSSAS for 10%. Yes, 10% off your entire order. The link will be in the description below. So go check out W Energy Drinks today. With that being said, I hope everybody continues to have an amazing day. And without further ado, let's get to this week's episode of Monday Night Raw. Was live from Birmingham, Alabama, as we was reminded many times throughout the evening, and we kicked things off with the new Women's World Champion, Naomi. She came down to the ring and talked about everything with Jay Cargill and how she didn't betray Naomi. Instead, she outgrew her before she was interrupted by Rhea Ripley, and Rhea Ripley came to the ring and said Naomi's been reckless, and Rhea Ripley is pissed off that Naomi stuck her nose in Rhea Ripley's business in trying to recapture the Women's World Championship and beat Io Sky. So Rhea Ripley said, "You just made my list," like she's Chris Jericho. Then she was interrupted by Io Sky, who came down to the ring. She said she wants her title back. And Naomi looked at both of them and laughed. Naomi had the line of the night where she said, "I didn't understand a word of what you just said." Absolutely classic. And then she said both of them need to get all the way to the back of the line because Naomi's here and she's the champion now. They were interrupted by Adam Pearce, who came out and said, "Congratulations, Naomi, on successfully cashing in the Women's Money in the Bank contract. But you will be defending that championship at SummerSlam against Io Sky and Rhea Ripley in a triple threat match." So we had that match confirmed for SummerSlam, and that's how we kicked off Monday Night Raw. We then went backstage with the Judgment Day, and they had their signature promo, talking about how they wanted to continue to keep all the belts within the Judgment Day. So definitely another great Judgment Day promo. Can't wait to see where they continue to go with this. And they were also talking about their upcoming match with the Kabuki Warriors, and just like that, we was into our first match of the evening as the Kabuki Warriors were taking on Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez of the Judgment Day. Raquel Rodriguez and Kairi Sane started this match off. We saw a shoulder tackle, and Kairi was quickly able to get the tag to Asuka. Asuka attempted to lock in the sleeper, but Raquel was able to power out and tag in Roxanne Perez. Roxanne Perez came in, hit a side Russian leg sweep for a 1-2 kick out, then slapped Asuka, but Asuka wasn't having none of that. She fired back with a multitude of strikes, and really took control of this match before tagging in Kairi Sane. Then we saw the Kabuki Warriors with a double team for a 1-2 kick out, and then Kairi Sane was hitting chops, followed it up with a running elbow for a 1-2 kick out, which is when Roxanne Perez started to get control of the match, hit a stomp, tagged in Raquel Rodriguez for a double, and then we saw a double submission by the Kabuki Warriors, but again, Raquel Rodriguez was having none of this. She powered out, showed her dominance as we went to the commercial break, and when we returned from the commercial break, Raquel Rodriguez was still in control of this match, tagged in Roxanne Perez, and that's when Kairi Sane started to wake up. She hit a kick to Roxanne Perez, was able to get the tag to Asuka, and Asuka started running wild. She hit some kicks, she hit a hip attack to Raquel Rodriguez, hit a shoulder tackle to Roxanne Perez, hit another kick, followed it up with a Shining Wizard for a 1-2 kick out, before Asuka made the tag to Kairi Sane, who took down Roxanne Perez for a 1-2, broken up by Raquel Rodriguez. Then Kairi Sane got the tag to Asuka. Asuka the tag back to Kairi Sane. Went to the top rope, hit an insane elbow. And then Dominic Mysterio set up the distraction. 1-2, broken up by Raquel as Asuka ended up posting Raquel Rodriguez. Got the tag, went to the top rope, hit the missile drop kick, followed it up with some strikes, hit a suplex, and right when the Kabuki Warriors were going to win, Dominic Mysterio again with the distraction. Asuka with the backhand to Dominic Mysterio, but she took her eye off her opponent for a split second. You can't do that with Roxanne Perez, proving it immediately with a roll-up. 1-2-3. Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez defeat the Kabuki Warriors via pinfall, and that is how we had the opening match of Monday Night Raw. And then we went backstage. Paul Heyman was discussing Seth Rollins' injury after Saturday night's main event. And Paul Heyman says Seth Rollins has until early June of next year to cash in. So that's really not an issue at the moment. And then started to discuss Braun Breaker and started to talk about his path to becoming the World Heavyweight champion at SummerSlam. It all starts tonight with the Gauntlet match. That was the Paul Heyman segment we had. Then we had Bayley and Lyra Valkyria promo. These two women absolutely killed it in the promo. And the winner of this match coming up next would face Becky Lynch at SummerSlam for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. And that's how we wrapped up our one of Monday Night Raw. This week's episode of Monday Night Raw was live from Birmingham, Alabama, as we was reminded many times throughout the evening, and we kicked off hour two with the Women's Intercontinental Championship #1 contenders match. 2 out of 3 falls. Bayley versus Lyra Valkyria, with the winner getting Becky Lynch at SummerSlam. And Lyra Valkyria started this match off in control, ended up getting some headlocks, ended up getting some arm drags, and was able to hit a nice hip toss, but Bayley was able to counteract with a roll up for a 1-2-3, and just like that, Bayley went up 1-0 in this match as we went to the commercial break. When we returned from the commercial break, Bayley was in control. These two women then locked up in a slugfest. Lyra Valkyria was able to hit a Pele kick, followed it up with a clothesline, then hit some big kicks, which led into hitting a drop kick, a tornado DDT, and a fisherman suplex for a pin 1-2 kick out. But Lyra Valkyria stayed on the offense by hitting some stomps until Bayley was able to whip Lyra Valkyria into the corner. Then Bayley was able to hit a crossbody from behind for a 1-2 kick out. Lyra Valkyria was able to get back control by hitting some kicks, hit a kick to the outside. Bayley was able to hit a suplex on the apron. I checked, it is the hardest part of the ring. Got her back in the ring, hit a slam for a 1-2 kick out. Then Bayley was able to hit some punches, but Lyra Valkyria was able to counter into a pin, 1-2-3, and just like that, we was tied at 1, with the next fall being the deciding fall in the match. Then Bayley hit a Shining Wizard for a 1-2 kick out as we went to the commercial break. When we returned from the commercial break, Lyra Valkyria was in control of this match. She hit a Dragon Screw before Bayley hung Lyra Valkyria on the second rope. Bayley then hit a knee. Then we saw a series of reversals between these two women as Bayley was able to hit a Bayley to belly for a 1-2 kick out. Then we went to the top rope. Lyra Valkyria joined Bayley at the top rope, and Lyra Valkyria was able to hit a top rope suplex, followed it up with a Nightwing for a 1-2 kick out, and then both women were on the apron. Lyra Valkyria was able to hit a fisherman suplex. Bayley was able to roll through for a 1-2 kick out. Then Lyra Valkyria rolled up for a 1-2 kick out. Then we saw an amazing sunset flip onto the steel steps. The match ended up getting back into the ring, went to the top rope, hit an elbow for a 1-2 kick out, and then it went into the crossface, but Lyra Valkyria was able to roll through, reverse it into the Nightwing, 1-2-3. Lyra Valkyria defeated Bayley 2-1 as Lyra Valkyria advances to face Becky Lynch at SummerSlam, and right after that, Becky Lynch music hit. She arrived, came down to the ring, got face to face with Lyra Valkyria, and that's how we wrapped up that segment of Monday Night Raw. Then we had an interview with Stephanie Valkyr, talking about how she won the Women's Battle Royal at Evolution, and talking about how she was going to become Women's Champion at Clash in Paris. So I can't wait to see exactly where we're going with Stephanie Valkyr, and I hope it's as high as it could take her, because she was excellent on NXT, and I feel like she's going to be the same on the main roster. Then we had an interview with Chelsea Green, and she sat down and talked about what she was going to be doing going here on forward. And then we had a Karrion Kross promo. Karrion Kross said Sammy's hurt. Sammy was a liar. Karrion Kross is speaking the truth. And he sent a message to Sami Zayn saying, don't come back until you can admit that I was telling the truth all along. I absolutely love how we're continuing the Karrion Kross Sami Zayn feud, even after Sami is indefinitely injured to the hands of Braun Breaker. I'm absolutely loving what Karrion Kross is doing, and I'm glad to still see him on TV after the Sami Zayn injury. Then we went to our next match of the evening, where we saw Nikki Bella going one-on-one with Chelsea Green, and these two women did a pretty good job, honestly. Started with a battle of strengths, and Nikki was trying to roll up Chelsea early on for a one kick out. Chelsea almost felt offended by this, slapped to Nikki, ended up punching Nikki, but Nikki was able to come back through resiliency and hit a beautiful hurricanrana, followed it up with a suplex, and that's when Chelsea Green rolled out the ring and went to the Secret Harvest to call timeout. Got back in the ring. Nikki was still hitting punches, and then Chelsea was able to turn it around with a beautiful backstabber as she went out the ring, threw Nikki Bella into the barricade, threw her back into the ring. Nikki went face first for a 1-2 kick out, and then Chelsea locked in a headlock, and Nikki ended up responding by hitting a face to knees, and just like that, both women were down. And Nikki Bella came out and hit some clotheslines, hit a neck breaker up the middle rope for a 1-2 kick out, and then Chelsea Green responded with a neck breaker of her own for a 1-2 kick out, and then Nikki Bella hit a Bella Buster, which at this point Alba Fyre and Piper Niven were getting involved. Nikki was able to successfully fend off Alba and Piper before reversing Chelsea Green's attack. Nikki Bella hoisted Chelsea Green up, hit the Rack Attack 2.0, 1, 2, 3. Nikki Bella defeated Chelsea Green via pinfall before Nikki Bella was jumped by the Secret Harvest, which is when Stephanie Valcour arrived to take out the Secret Harvest. We saw a hug between Stephanie Valcour and Nikki Bella, and that's how we wrapped up that segment. Then we had Adam Pearce and Dominic Mysterio backstage. Adam Pearce said, you looked real nimble out there with the Judgment Day and the Kabuki Warriors earlier. I think we're going to have you reevaluated next week. And then we saw AJ Styles on his knees backstage praying. Honestly, I absolutely love just how funny Dominic Mysterio and AJ Styles has been over the past few weeks. Really hope that culminates at SummerSlam. Then we had a Rusev and Sheamus promo. So I'm guessing that we're going to be running it back between these two at some point down the road. I can't wait to see these two lock up. Sheamus said we're gonna get banger after banger. Rusev still got his focus in on Sheamus, so I absolutely can't wait to see where we go with these two from here. And that's how we wrapped up hour 2 of Monday Night Raw. This week's episode of Monday Night Raw was live from Birmingham, Alabama, and we kicked off hour 3 with the World Heavyweight Champion Gunther coming to the ring. And Gunther discussed Saturday night's main event, how he bullied Goldberg, how he humiliated Goldberg, and ultimately how he defeated Goldberg. And Gunther said when it comes to SummerSlam, who's next? And just like that, he was interrupted by Braun Breaker, who came down to the ring and went face-to-face with the ring general Gunther, and Paul Heyman said Braun Breaker will be next. Paul Heyman said Braun Breaker is the next big thing. Braun Breaker owns this yard, and at SummerSlam, Braun Breaker will be the next World Heavyweight Champion. And just like that, we head to our main event of the evening, where we have a 5-man gauntlet match. Braun Breaker versus Jey Uso versus Penta versus CM Punk versus LA Knight. We have 2 men in the ring. Whoever wins that match will face the next guy. Whoever wins that match will face the next guy. Whoever wins that match will face the next guy. And whoever wins that match will go to SummerSlam to take on the World Heavyweight Champion Gunther. Wow, I flopped that. But yeah, they'll take on the World Heavyweight Champion Gunther at SummerSlam. And we kicked things off with Braun Breaker going one-on-one with Penta, and Penta came out the box delivering strikes, but the power game of Braun Breaker was just too much. Ended up tossing Penta, hitting shoulders to the gut in the corner. Penta, though, was able to respond with a Hurricanrana and ended up hitting a Pele kick, followed it up with a crossbody, then hit a chop, but Braun Breaker came right back, sped things up even faster, and hit a 23-mile-an-hour clothesline. But Penta was able to get the upper hand again, eventually set Braun Breaker up for a beautiful suicide dive as we went to the commercial break. When we returned from the commercial break, Braun Breaker was in control. They were out of the ring, and he delivered a military press onto the steel steps before getting thrown back into the ring, where Braun Breaker stomped the Penta, hit a suplex for a 1 kick out, and then Penta was able to hang Braun Breaker on the top rope. Braun Breaker threw Penta for a 1-2 kick out. Braun Breaker threw Penta again, and that's when Penta came back and hit a kick, followed it up with a sling blade, got Breaker in the corner, hit an upside down kick, followed it up immediately with a backstabber for a 1-2 kick out, and then Braun Breaker hit a knee, Penta hit a kick, and then Braun Breaker sped up and hit a spear. 1, 2, 3. Braun Breaker defeated Penta as Penta was eliminated from the gauntlet match, and then just like that, LA Knight, Braun Breaker versus LA Knight, and this broke down into a slugfest to kick things off. LA Knight was hitting punches. He hit a clothesline, followed it up with a neck breaker for a 1-2 kick out. Then this match went out the ring. Ended up posting Braun, threw him back into the ring, which is where LA Knight started to target the arm of Braun Breaker. LA Knight was able to hit a suicide drop kick, and at that point, LA Knight was dribbling Braun's head right off the announce table, ended up following it up with another suicide dive, but then Braun Breaker got back into the match, targeting the ribs as Braun Breaker was in control. We went to the commercial break. When we returned from the commercial break, right where we picked off, Braun Breaker still in control. LA Knight, though, fights back, and Braun Breaker shuts that down with knees to the ribs for a 1-2 kick out, which at this point, Braun Breaker was grinding down LA Knight, but LA Knight got powered out, hit some elbows, and then both men successfully hit a clothesline onto the other, and both men were down, but then LA Knight started to rally. He hit a clothesline, followed it up with a DDT, then went to the middle rope, hit a top rope elbow for a 1-2 kick out. LA Knight was able to hit a power bomb for a 1-2 kick out, and that's where Braun Breaker started to target the ribs again, hitting knees to the ribs, followed it up with a spear. 1, 2, 3. Braun Breaker eliminates LA Knight night from the gauntlet match. And just like that, it was time for main event Jey Uso, as we was getting Braun Breaker going one-on-one with Jey Uso. And Jey Uso came out. He was hitting punches, dumped the Braun Breaker out of the ring, hit a suicide dive, and then decided to turn it up and have a yeet party as we went to the commercial break. Probably was a bad idea, because when we returned from the commercial break, Braun Breaker was in control, went to the top rope, and Uso hit a crossbody for a 1-2 kick out. Then he was able to hit a Pele kick, followed by a running butt smash for a 1-2 kick out. And then Uso went to the top rope. Braun Breaker joined him and hit the Breakensteiner for a 1-2 kick out. And that's when the straps came down. Uso was able to hit a knee. He hit a second knee. Uso even hit a spear on Braun Breaker for a 1-2 kick out. And that's when Bronson Reed came in, interfered, set up the distraction. Braun Breaker sped up to about 23 miles an hour, hit the spear. 1, 2, 3. Braun Breaker eliminates Jey Uso from the gauntlet match, and just like that, out comes CM Punk, and we have Braun Breaker and CM Punk in the finals. The winner faces the World Heavyweight Champion Gunther at SummerSlam, and CM Punk came out swinging. He hit a running knee, followed it up with a bulldog, dumped the Braun Breaker out of the ring as we went to the commercial break. When we returned from the commercial break, CM Punk was in control. He hit a suplex for a 1-2 kick out. He threw Braun Breaker in the corner, and then Braun Breaker threw CM Punk. Ended up hitting shoulders to the gut in the corner, followed it up with a running knee. He hit a nasty punch on CM Punk, and he hit a catapult into the bottom rope, which looked gnarly as well. Then Braun Breaker threw CM Punk, hit a suplex, 1 kick out, and that's when CM Punk started to fight back. Until Braun Breaker's power took over. He hit a backbreaker for a 1-2 kick out, and that's when Braun Breaker started to get cocky. He told CM Punk he's not gonna win. CM Punk ended up getting up and hitting a boot to the face. CM Punk rolled up the Breakensteiner for a 1-2 kick out. Then CM Punk hit a melee kick, and just like that, both men were down. When they got back to their feet, CM Punk hit punches, followed it up with a running knee and a neck breaker, and CM Punk wasn't done there. Hit another running knee and a clothesline, went to the top rope. That's when Bronson Reed decided to get involved. He got dropped, hit the elbow for a 1-2 kick out. But as soon as Braun Breaker kicked out, CM Punk locked in the Endicon device, and that's when Braun Breaker hit the elbow. Jey Uso arrived, took down Bronson Reed. CM Punk hit the knee, followed it up with the go to sleep. 1, 2, 3. CM Punk defeats Braun Breaker via pinfall and will face Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship at SummerSlam. And then CM Punk was squashed by Bronson Reed. Jey Uso was beat down by Bronson Reed. Braun Breaker hit a spear on Jey Uso. Braun Breaker hit a spear on CM Punk. And that's when the music hit. That's when our tribal chief, that's when Roman Reigns returned. And he came out like a man on a mission, cleaned house, took out Bronson Reed, took out Braun Breaker, speared up Bronson Reed, and Roman Reigns, CM Punk, and Jey Uso all stand tall to end this episode of Monday Night Raw. And that was the 2025 WWE Raw Recap episode 27, which was live from Birmingham, Alabama, as we was reminded many times throughout the evening. What was your favorite moment of Monday Night Raw? You want to say hi? You want to talk about wrestling? Just post a comment down in the comment section below, and I read and reply to every positive message I see. Also, today's video was sponsored by W Energy Drinks. Are you looking for a new energy drink that leaves you jitterless and able to focus in on any task at hand? Go check out W Energy Drinks today. They have a plethora of different flavors. They have bottles and shakers. They have merch, and they even got 12-ounce cans if you don't like to make the drink yourself. And when you do get to checkout, make sure you use promo code Nicky D. Russ's 12 characters, all caps, no spaces, NICKYDRUSSAS for 10%. Yes, 10% off your entire order. The link will be in the description below, so go check out W Energy Drinks today. Also, don't forget to like the video, share the video all over social media, and you made it all the way to the end of this video, go smash that subscribe button so you can be notified of all my future videos. And if you want to see some more of me, Nicky D, then go check out another one of my videos, because I got hours of content that'll keep you entertained well into the evening. With that being said, I hope everybody has a wonderful evening. I'm Nicky D. This is the Nicky D channel, and I will see all y'all beautiful people next time. Bye, y'all.